So one time I was playing The Sims 3 in high school, and I just wanted to make like the most asshole character possible. So I made him evil. I made his favorite color seafoam green, which was blue, by
What's
the
wrong with
way.
that?
It was blue. Look up seafoam green. That shit is blue. And that is
I
that's exactly the shit you're doing right now, Tarbug Transom.
Okay, seafoam green is green. Lake foam green is blue. That's what we're doing.
Welcome back to Command Line, everybody.
Yeah, welcome back, liners.
Oh, welcome back to Command Line, everybody. Liners, it's been so long.
It has indeed been so long.
It's been an epoch. It's been as
Sound
long as
Sound-
as the what?
Sound off in
Okay,
the
no, you go,
comments as to
Tarbuck,
whether
yeah.
you think strong cyan is blue or green.
Listen. Is this blue or green? That's all. Also,
And you also have to include in your comment what color is a tennis ball.
Also,
Ooh,
I have
that's good.
I have a follow-up statement about this picture, which I find infinitely hilarious. If you look at his hair, is blue. If you look at his sky, is blue. If you look at that tree, is green. I don't know how much more obvious you could make it.
He's on a background anyway. This is fucking stupid.
Yes, it is. Welcome back to Command Line, ladies.
Welcome back to
and
Command Line,
gentlemen.
everybody.
On a cold winter's eve.
Yeah.
All right, Tarbug. Now explain the thing that you're allowed to explain on the show, which is a Command Line related factoid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I didn't do any like real explanation of where Jack was at during the previous episode. I just kind of like let it ride. But now I'm going to trace back over it for the audience's sake.
We can't leave any room for interpretation.
No. Generally speaking, audience members are at large too dumb to get it. So you do have to spell it out for them.
And the viewer retention just tanks.
But no, if you're watching Command Line, you're
if you're watching episode 2 of Command X, you're already a lifer.
Yeah. No, you're just smart enough to know. Real.
Howard just wants to talk about it. You know, that's okay.
There's two basic directions that I could have taken, Jack, in response to the end of Command Line and the beginning of Command X, which is total burnt out husk of a yeah, sure, whatever, down for the ride. Literally say yes to anything. There's no consequences. Everything is a failure. That's where we started.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the embrace of the wild nature and the violence of what's going on brought him all the way back around to no, I'm not giving up. All in. Right to the end of the line. So now the place that I'm at basically is that there's no problem that you can't solve with sufficient violence.
Mm-hmm. Good. Altered beast, alter me. Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. This is not as eloquent as I was putting it immediately after the session, but you know, that's the broad strokes.
No.
Perfect.
We love broad strokes.
There's a new scrawl.
Broken broads.
Who wants to read the new scrawl?
I think I read last time.
Season 2, Episode 2, The Beast and the Bog. You woke today with a new sense of purpose. You're no longer afraid of failure. You resolve to continue pushing yourself. Perhaps there's more to you than you thought. I like how the season openers, the season 2 openers, are not quotes.
Yeah, they're just like prose.
Yeah, that's why they're scrolls now.
This is good.
They're no longer quotes.
Yeah.
All right. Simon, I'm gonna feed into some of your main character syndrome just to pump your ego and get you into the session.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're starting a scene with your character.
Okay, great.
You awake sitting at a table.
Okay. All right. Cool.
You are in a dark cave, and you awake sitting at a table. Beyond
Do I have my glasses on?
that's an interesting. Well,
I like reach up to touch my face.
yes.
Are they there?
Yes.
Okay.
They are there.
That tells her some things.
Yes. And out in the darkness, you hear something coming towards you. Like you can hear the sound of steps coming towards you. There's another sound that you can hear as well. You can hear the rattling of chains. Say your bit.
If I have my glasses on, can I take them off and try to magnify what's in the distance in them?
Okay.
Doing some real dream logic right now.
Yeah, I think what happens is when you take them off, you like kind of cover it, like you inadvertently like cover your face, and you you see the table has like disappeared from in front of you. And then your glasses disappear from your hands.
Oh, okay.
And then you wake up.
Okay.
You're in a small like tent. You guys have been journeying back eastward for about a day and a half.
Now, when you say that, what do you mean when you say that?
Good question.
Good question. I mean,
Well, you see, east is the direction where the sun is coming towards you.
Maybe not here.
Yeah. Like you said, and I quote, "Days here are like a month's long in like normal people time."
That's true. I did say that.
So, is it a day to our human brains, or is it a day up top?
I'm gonna ask you to make a roll to discern that.
Okay.
That's messed up.
How does it feel? I'm making you get into the motions right now. How do you discern the days? Or discern how much time has passed?
I guess just based on how much stuff has happened. Just like, the moment to moment, like, humans have a pretty good like internal clock.
Yeah, you have a sense of the arrow of time.
Well, you're not exactly human anymore.
Which, by the way, the fact that it's called the arrow of time is so cool.
You're right. Well, Roma, what I'm saying is I'm trying to latch onto that. I'm trying to like focus on that feeling.
Okay.
Really? You're trying to latch on? Because I'm trying to separate out the events into chunks and try and get a sense, and from that from that compartmentalization, try to get a sense of the passage of time that way.
Well, connect is my highest stat.
Then Tarbug, how about you roll for us?
Oh, what the hell?
How many days has it been? Or how long has it been?
Does this count as acting in defiance of fate and circumstance?
No, you're trying to check how long it's been.
Okay.
Where do you write that down? Goddamn. I didn't think we were doing those anymore.
Well, I don't have all 9s, so you know.
Neither do I.
If you want to get a super principal, Simon, you gotta get 9 in that stat first.
I mean, yeah, through my catalyst
Yeah,
or what?
that's how you
Okay.
improve. Remember?
Again, I thought that
Hmm.
we were not doing those anymore.
No, we're still
I
doing
got a
them.
9.
You got a. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that pulled up. You have a 9.
Mm-hmm. I got a total of 9.
Wow.
Mhm.
Bad times.
It's been a while.
Good
the-
enough for me.
The in a rare event that has actually like begun to happen. Much of the people that you're traveling with, the creatures that you're traveling with, uh they aren't as used to it as you are, but the sun has begun to set in the last
Ooh.
over the last length of time. Now it's about dusk, and yeah, you were just setting up camp here because you didn't you were warned not to travel at night.
How far have we traveled from that cave? Like,
Quite a distance. I'm gonna roll off that. I'm gonna roll with that 9. Roll that forward and say,
mhm.
yeah, you've covered a large distance. Like
Very far.
probably in about the distance of like a continental United State
Okay.
on
How
foot.
much talking with these guys have we done?
That's an interesting question. How much talking have you guys been doing with these guys?
I would like to have been doing so much talking with these guys.
Okay. You have access to memories.
Yeah.
So like I'd like to for the sake of not constantly flashing back to conversations you've had,
Mhm.
I'd like to say that you've been remembering stuff, but if you want to start talking and like forming relationships with the guys right now, that'd be good.
Mhm.
You may do so. They
I've been
usually treat
trying
you
to.
guys with a regal deference. They like give you a
Mm.
wide berth of respect. You guys are often like leading the
Interesting.
path or like at the head.
Yeah.
And whenever they come to like crossroads, they look to you for where to go.
Are we? Do we still like tower over them?
Yeah, they're all pretty small. Like none of them, maybe a couple of them like scrape against 4 feet, but that's about it. They're like they're like barely over a meter tall. Most of them are
Yeah,
about a meter.
those ones come up to my chest.
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like I've been trying to talk to them a lot just to be able to learn their language.
You already know it.
Did I? Do I?
Yes.
I feel like last session I didn't know it.
You were coming to terms with it. You were
Okay.
getting used to a new body. Like I said, you guys have basically the full memory of
The person who was in this body before.
yes, the person who once was.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to ask questions about those memories? I'm seeing a lot of nodding and not a lot of asking.
Yep.
Who?
Yeah, what did I do?
Yeah,
Like,
what were we
what did I
beforehand?
like to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Um Okay, Jack, let's see. You have, let's see, I'm going for now you have the body that you once occupied had a name before. That name was Ephron. Your character was, or that guy, he used to mostly forage and like live his days idly. He was chosen for having a strong body. At least that's what the village elder Hoshama believed. Yeah, but you remember that your days used to be spent very idly. There wasn't much conflict in the world back then. There was you got just basically, your village, your pack, and occasional wanderers who would pass through and not stick around for very long. How old was Ephron, do you think? In years.
Well, in years as I would know them, I would assume that it is between 0 and like 20-ish. Just because that's how Jack already thinks of himself.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't suddenly be in like a 50-year-old person's body, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it changed when
I don't
you went
feel
in it.
50.
I think that was a question of authorship to you,
Yes,
Harpo.
that was a question of authorship.
Oh, that if that's a question of authorship, I could give some wild answers here.
I think that is the prompt.
That's the prompt.
If
you're not thinking wild, you're not thinking right for Command X right now.
Like 450? That's what I'm thinking.
450.
Now, do you mean that in our regular human years, or do you mean that in the years that I was asking about?
That's such a meaningless question. It means absolutely fucking nothing.
Jack would eye this person up as having, after adjustment to what the hell a furry is, a normal body that has been a normal body for what Jack would consider about 450 years.
Okay, yeah.
That's my author's answer.
So you're a little older.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the oldest guy around, but you've been around a while.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know what you're on about.
Who else has a question?
Okay, yeah. Take him.
What was my old person's greatest passion?
Their greatest passion was probably I think it was whenever a new lamb was birthed into your tribe. I think that's what it was. I always loved seeing one of them come up. By the way, you were named Zalan before.
Can I get spelling, or am I the author of my name spelling?
You're the
I'm sure they didn't write it down.
I don't think.
No, I have it written down, but I will allow you to be the author of your own name spelling.
But did they write it down?
No.
Right.
Can you say it one more time?
Zelan. That's Efron for you, Tarbuck Transom.
Hmm.
And
I am cooking up a good image.
Sai, did you have yours yet?
No,
I told you it last episode. I didn't know if you had it written.
I don't remember it.
Janai.
Mhm.
All right. We've answered 2 questions so far.
I have a question.
I think they tell you things about where you've come from. Sure. What's your question?
What's the most important piece of wisdom that Janai ever heard? What does she regard as the most important, or they? I don't know.
Whatever sex your character was before you moved into their body, that sex is the same now.
Weird.
If you want to say that your character was male and then you moved in, or that guy, that Janai was male and you moved in, then up to you.
All the information's there. Just gotta switch around a little bit.
Yeah. I won't assign your character's sex at birth. I feel like that's too cruel for me to ever do to someone. Yeah, your character's name was Janai. Your question was, what was the most important wisdom your character knew?
That they were ever told. Like, what's the most important thing someone ever taught them?
I think it's when I think it's when Janai's father Hoshama told you classic. Why didn't you change it to Jack Efron, you fool?
Wait, what do you mean? His name was Jack.
Yeah.
Jack Efron.
Did you write a J there? I can't even see it. Anyways,
Yeah, I did.
The best piece of wisdom that you heard was, or the most important one was, never take the fruit of a tree that hasn't been offered to you yet.
It's good. It's good.
We have some very poetic questions.
Yeah.
All right.
I think these are all, it all makes sense for our characters to be probing these kinds of questions.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have...
What is it like traveling through this place?
It's fairly arid. Like the land, at least. There are like patches of grass and stuff. It is not entirely rocks. But you're what feels like reasonably high, at like a reasonably high elevation a lot of the time. You dip up and down through like valleys and crags a lot. And you usually keep an ocean like far off to your south because you're heading east, and you guys are like following the crest of an ocean.
Yeah.
There's you guys don't get hungry very much. Except for you, Sai. Your hunger has subsided somewhat from the first session.
Yeah.
But it is omnipresent. For you two, Tarbuck and Ricardo, your hunger has been growing over time.
How often do these guys eat?
Once a day, once every other day.
Okay.
Somewhere in that zone.
You have about 40. You have about 40 people with you, like in total, by the way.
Okay.
there's like a small family.
I definitely.
And like there's Ushama, who is like kind of the elder around here.
He's my dad.
Is he? That's up to you.
That's what you said.
Well, he is. Yeah, he's Janai's dad.
Right.
Is he yours?
Yeah. He asked me something before I ran off last time.
Mm-hmm. I know you've been thinking about that a lot.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that for like 6 weeks.
Anyways, you guys have just come to the edge of a lowland. You're about to leave the ocean behind and then go east and inland. And there's a forest between a forest in your way, and the sun has started to set, so you have stopped for the night.
Are nights what I would recognize as night length, or are they the distended length of the time that we're in?
Is this the first night that's ever happened since we've been here?
Yes, it's the first one.
Yeah, the sun, I imagine, has been setting slowly over the course of dozens of hours.
Yes.
Dozens of Earth hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For the sake of simplicity, refer to hours as what they are, and
Yeah.
it's been a day. It's been like a day and a half, but it's actually been a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sheila, if you wish to be called that, like I said, you awaken your tent. Each of you's got like your own little independent tent at like the head of the flock.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to go interact with somebody?
Sure.
You were speaking as if you wanted to.
I mean, I do. I mean, I was wondering if it would have.
If you want to start social linking, now's the time to start. But
okay, not retroactively, not saying retroactively. I would have already done that.
Yeah, none of that shit. They haven't really talked to you out of a sort of deference.
Mm-hmm.
I have another question.
I'll allow it. Sai, think about what you're gonna do, or Jack.
Yeah.
Ask me your question.
Did I have a lover, basically? Ooh. Do we do sex? Is that something we do?
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't say yeah like it's obvious. Nothing's obvious.
Yes, I will tell you. There is a Zalan cam. Yeah. Zalan had a partner. She's here. She's part of the herd.
Oh shit! I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have turn order, but like.
Her name is Sarael. Or Sarael? I'm gonna go with Sarael.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Roma, I think I remember something you said yesterday is proving to be more accurate than you even realized.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tarbuck, were you there for that? Yeah, you were there for that. Whatever, doesn't matter.
I don't know what that means.
Correct.
I'm not following.
I'm just really trying to get in the headspace of being a consciousness inside of a body that already had a consciousness in it. Because that's like really
Well,
crazy.
you do that a couple of times.
Well, no,
and
remember,
it just sort of comes out of nature to you.
remember, Sheila,
my
you put
God.
a wall up.
Right, but I still have access to those memories.
You have access to those memories, yeah, but it's more of like you have to like look them up in your brain. They're not like floating around in there. You won't like you don't have like you don't stay up at night with embarrassing flashbacks to Janai in middle school, like speaking out of turn and being scolded.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, the description that you're giving is a whole lot like going through the Gestalt technique and like the aftermath of that. So that's cool.
I'm glad my thought patterns mimic your experience of real life, Tarbuck.
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to do,
More
Ricardo?
of this is true than you would believe.
I want to look for them. I want to go to them.
Okay.
I talk to them.
Yeah. They're hanging out with a couple of like the youngers, the youths. Like a pair of like young girls. They're like playing around while setting up their own tent, like a more communal tent, like a bigger. They're like conical tents, by the way. You guys each have one that's like
Gotcha.
made for you individually.
Yeah, because we're huge now.
Yeah, because you're much larger than everybody else now. So Zalon, how do you engage them? Do you just walk up? Like, what's up?
Yeah, you said they like look at us, so I kind of reverence. I want to immediately deflate any of that. So I stumble and fall next to her.
Like intentionally? You do like a pratfall?
Yeah.
Okay, is this just like Danny D's game?
No,
This is the second time this has happened.
this is not Danny D. Riz.
But this is the second time this has happened.
If Tumblr was watching this, there would be comics about how this is your game.
There'd be comics about how you're the Tumblr. You're the Tumblr of the party.
Uh-huh.
I am the Tumblr in real life. It's fine. No, that's
Dude,
Anyways,
Scrimbly 5.
Okay, now you're speaking in Zoomer, and I can't understand anymore. You need to back it up.
I did not understand. Scrimbly 5.
Is that like Maroon 5? Anyways,
Next bit.
Yes.
next bit.
Anyways, I fall.
Okay.
I fall.
I'm not gonna make you roll to make it convincing. I'm just going to assume you just eat shit for no reason in front of them.
That's fine.
I think the two kids like chuckle to each other at you, and Sarael like looks at you like concerned and shocked, like, oh my gosh, is something happening?
I stand up and I ease her and I'm like, it's fine, don't worry. And then I ask, do you remember me?
She looks like she like almost like she's like she was hesitant to like speak to you. You may have like caught her like looking at you sometimes. And like it might have taken you a few times to be like, I wonder why. Oh, right. And then you like realized like you had to consider what your relationship might have been for you to like internalize it in your new brain state. Yeah, she looks at you like, of course I remember. And she's starting to well up because she thought that you would be like changed. Yeah, she thought you were like different now. I didn't think you'd remember.
Okay, so I went into this preparing for the worst possible outcome. I did not expect this. I don't.
See, I thought so I thought that was in character. I thought that was you going like, all right, okay, here's the deal.
No, I expected to fail, so I kind of am stumped on how to handle this.
Just like real life.
I think this just is your Riz.
Slain.
I think this is just Ricardo's Riz.
This is not my Riz.
Is this the limit of my Riz?
I promise you.
Is this the limit of my Riz?
All right, cool. How do you respond now, dork?
How's the journey been on you? Are you feeling okay?
She says, yeah, yes, I've been fine. We've taken it at a good pace, to keep up with you. But we stop and rest plenty. So, we've been fine. They don't have like shoes or anything, by the way. Remember, they just got hooves.
Okay.
Hooves. Those are his hooves, you bitch.
Okay.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, they're tough. They're tough people. They've been handling it. She asks you, do you feel any different?
I look at her like this. Boy, do I feel different. Canonical.
Okay. How is it different for you? That's what she says.
Okay. I feel like I'm 15 times the individual I used to be in terms of like physicality. My lung capacity feels 10 times greater. I'm obviously taller. I feel like I can conquer the world, and I'm actually kind of scared of it.
Yeah, when you say, I'll go down her listed reaction. When you say 15, she looks confused, and when you say conquer, she like recoils a little bit, and kind of like settles back into like a lower posture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you've affirmed how she's feeling, but I think I guess so. This is one of those like awkward, and then you get social rank 1. Anyways, I guess see you next week.
Sick.
You met her.
You met her. You learned some of what her deal is. All right, nerds. And who else wants to pop in for a social Lincoln?
Now, Tarbuck,
Has
do you
anybody
want to go
in
last,
any
or do
way
I want to
tried-
go last?
Well, I was about to dive in, so.
Okay, go.
Please do.
Has anybody of their own accord tried to initiate any kind of like conversation with me since we've been traveling?
Not of like a discussion variety.
Mhm.
Like sometimes, they'll get to like a ridge and they'll be like, and then like Oshama will be like, I think we took this path to get here. We should probably go this way again, or like, oh, we should probably go that way. Very minor things, but no one has talked to you of their own accord.
Gotcha.
Maybe sometimes like one of these two kids who the two kids that are hanging out at Sarael, they are the two children of the expedition. Everyone else is an adult. Everyone else
Are
is
those
mature.
her kids?
One of them is.
Ooh.
Which means
Gotcha.
Salon, one of them is your kid.
I was going to ask that question, but I felt like that would have been weird.
If you ask, if you ask her, is one of those ours? You're definitely going to confirm some things to her.
Yeah. See, I treated that conversation like she would have thought that I was really weird. So I went full into, okay, she's gonna think I'm really weird.
Mission accomplished.
Appropriate. Yeah, big time. Okay.
Never assume anything. Real.
What's your move, Tarbuck?
Is there like... screw it. I'm gonna find somebody. I'm gonna teach them the game of catch. That's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you make a big deal about this? Who do you pick? Do you pick the first guy you find?
Yes, I do literally just pick the first person who doesn't look currently busy,
Cool.
and I like, here, throw this to me, and then it expands out to the game of catch, and I'm probably like lowballing it to them because they're tiny.
They're tiny and weak,
and that's like the limit of their. Yeah.
Okay.
Every once in a while, I'll like toss it way up and then catch it and then lowball it back to them. And then when they catch it, I like gesture up like this to like try and encourage them to do the same thing.
Got it. Yeah. So
yeah,
I'll say that you grab like they don't really have a middle age, but there is like kind of a younger. There's like a younger dude sheep. Maybe this one. Maybe he's a goat.
Yeah.
There's a mixture of goats and sheep. Why? Maybe because I just don't really know what the difference between goats and sheep are. Maybe because I just think that makes sense. I don't know. I leave that up to your interpretation.
The truth behind reality is that they're basically the same thing.
You know what? I like this thing.
Goats and sheep, basically the same animal.
But God forbid you compare teal and green.
Oh boy.
That's evil, bro.
Listen,
they will not know.
Green and blue, not that different.
They are one step away from each other.
All right. Yeah, you're hanging out with Nehorai. That's who you're hanging out with.
Okay.
He's like one of the younger ones. He's probably just like a few years old. Sorry, by a few years, I mean he's like 45, but you know, elf years or whatever.
Yeah.
So you have you start teaching him how to throw. He's probably never thrown something in his life.
Wow. Impressive.
and like I go into this
You
on
guys
the
are all-
assumption that
yeah.
he knows how to play catch, and then realize that I have to like take a step back and frame what it is that we're doing, like 2 or 3 levels as I keep it's like trying to talk to your mom about computers.
Yeah.
You know?
but with gravity.
Except it's the game of catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, these guys lead very passive lives. Like they'll literally just spend an entire day like sitting. Like literally just chilling.
Yeah. Just vibing. No thoughts. Head empty. Just vibing.
They're not used to burning energy on like what
Leisure.
might be thought of as frivolous.
Yeah.
But yeah, he picks it up. He picks it up as you're going along, and he gets like, he's like enjoying himself. He's laughing. He's having a good time. He like at one point like runs up right next to you and like pelts it into you. He's like, yeah.
I like tousle him on the head and like, you stinker. And I like jump back a distance and I make like I'm gonna throw it and then I like softball it to him again.
Yeah. I don't have an end game for this scene. You're the one with the steering wheel now.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, I feel like introducing these people and this guy in particular to the concept of sports. I feel like that's like a whole thing to itself. Like this is a pretty small scene.
Yeah.
Although being me the player, I am going to end it on a flex of like, at some point I pick up a stone or something like that. There's got to be a stone around somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's pretty craggy.
And then okay, so if it's pretty craggy, then I can probably pick up one that in my hand feels like it would be about the size of a baseball.
Yeah.
And then just huck it into the distance as hard as I possibly can.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you make this impressive feat in front of this small goat boy. And probably fling it like past the horizon. Like you just throw it and like you can watch it like fly and like it's arcing down, but it arcs down like over the horizon, and it's like, yeah, it probably went like 30% farther than the horizon goes.
Awesome.
You're probably a stone's throw away from the ocean right now.
Cool.
That's
all right.
For the folks playing at home, if this is Earth by normal Earth rules, the horizon is about 2.5 miles away from you.
Yeah. Yeah, you can pitch a baseball like you're hitting it with the bat, with a shotgun shell in it.
Awesome.
All right. The sun has, yeah, you throw it westward, and as you watch the sun set, there.
Yeah.
Did you have a plan on what you wanted to do? Because I have something.
Yeah, I want to go talk to Ochama, right?
Hoshama, yeah.
Hoshama. I want to go talk to him.
Okay, yeah. Not hard to find him.
Yeah.
You like you decide to go look for him, and hit his within moments he is in front of you.
Interesting.
He's probably like sitting by like a pile of wood that is being gathered for no, actually that's not true. He's not doing that. He's probably just sitting like in front of one of his tents, like on a pack.
Okay. Is there?
You guys are not gathering wood for fire.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Right. I was gonna. Yeah.
And this, we're gonna loop back around to that in a minute. Go ahead.
I'd like to. The first thing I'd like to ask him is, has it ever been this dark out here?
He replies to you saying, "It's only been this dark twice before. That was the night we left, and the night you three showed up." He is very old, by the way, but you can tell he's older, but like it doesn't show in like his voice or anything.
Right. I'm trying to think. Like, we're just gonna establish off the bat, like, we've not really talked.
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't talked to him since last session.
Yeah. I think the thing that makes us ourselves is a continuity of past memories. The only way you can really assert that you are yourself is because you have a record of it.
He nods in understanding, and he looks up to face you and says, "Do you remember anything that Janai didn't live?"
What? I'm confused. That was what that question means.
He's asking if he's saying, "Do you remember anything that Janai didn't live through? Do you have memories from somewhere else?"
Yes. Many. And they almost they fill my mind in such a way that it's hard to grasp at anything else.
He says, well, there might be. And then there's a scream from somewhere in the camp.
Yeah, as always. I'm just trying to talk to this guy. There's always screaming happening.
Yeah. We cut from like you Sai and Hoshama, and then like we show these two goobers. They're playing catch with Nehorai in a field right next to you, or like something is in the camp right now.
Oh, great.
What do you guys do?
Where is it? Where is it?
It's at that you lock eyes with it immediately. It looks like a moving moss covered tree has overtaken that tent that was being set up by Sarael and the two kids. The two kids you do not see. You see Sarael, and she was the source of the screaming.
Right.
From within like the mossy mound that is whatever this thing is, it's like It's like about 15 feet tall, by the way.
Okay.
It looks like a tree that is moving. There is a pair of like rotten ruby eyes like darting around the camp.
Mhm.
I think at that point you hear the sound of like the two kids screaming. It has nabbed them and like crushed.
Is there a
tent.
moon?
Is there a moon? Yeah,
Like I'm asking for how clearly we can see.
yeah. It's like dusk. There's a full moon. You can see. You also
Okay.
have incredibly good vision.
Presumably there are stars also.
That would be a presumption and not the truth.
Okay. Cool. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to speak for
Well-
the whole class, but I would like to be over by the monster.
Yes, you have initiative.
Oh, I'm bounding over to that thing.
Yeah. I'd like to, just jump on my big springy rodent legs.
Yeah, your reverse jointed legs.
And I don't have a lot of mass. I have the least mass here, but I think I would just like to try to like knock like smash into it as hard as possible and knock it over.
Yeah. I think that's going to be an instigation roll, buddy.
No, that's not a connect. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
No, you are running up and mega kicking something.
Yeah. That's a good roll.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd like, you said it was tree shaped. I'm wondering if I can just like tip it over.
Yeah, you wish to topple it.
Yeah, I want to like hit it near the top and
Yeah, that's true. He's a very big lumbering like creature. So this tracks. You bound forward, and like by your second step you're already within like one leap, and you like kick off the ground and then like lift your feet up and then like kick off of its like head and shoulders.
Yeah. It has a head? I guess it does. You described eyes.
Yeah. Rotten ruby eyes darting around. They are you like kick off of it and it like falls backward into like a river that you guys are camping by that like separates you from this lowlands forest. It looks like it had just like crawled out of this river and then like pounced or something, like an alligator. There is there's a like big wave when you knock it back. It has two big lopsided arms. Or one is like twice. It's one on its right is like twice as big as the one on its left, and it has it is holding both. It's holding both of the little goatlings in its like big right hand. Its right hand is like big enough to hold both of them easily. Its fingers are like as wide as trunks.
Wow.
Okay.
The boys arrive.
Mm-hmm.
What are the boys doing right now? If you remember, boys, you have Zalan. Is that how you wish to be referred to? All right, Zalan. Let me know when everyone wants to decide on what their character is called now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm still Jack.
Okay, Jack.
I'm very firmly Jack.
Cool. Zalan, remember, you have fish that you ate, and Jack, you have a bear that you ate.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, I've already like shifted myself some bear-ish features. I think it was either claws or teeth, and I don't remember which.
You got fish muscles.
Fish muscle.
Yeah, that definitely happened. I also had some bear already.
Yeah.
I have 2 units of bear total to my name, one of which has been spent.
Okay, yeah. So you just have bear at this point. Yeah, both of those those ignitions you did, both of those stuck. Like those were permanent.
Okay.
So you're like a man, goat, fish, bear.
Yeah.
You are
All right.
you are the
So
man, bear, fish.
I definitely remember fish muscle as like in the spine being a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm leaning directly into that with like all right, if it's got our goatlings in its right arm, well, if its arm is up in any way, this spot right here can be shoulder checked pretty hard.
Yes.
And if you've ever been punched in that spot, it sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah. No, you don't have
That
any
shit
armor
is
there.
terrible.
That's just
Yeah.
muscle.
There's like bone and nerve right here. If you aim it right, you can just nail that nerve. And that's
so
basically what I'm
bad.
going for. Just like, get in there.
I did it to myself, and I did actually genuinely like, ooh, that hurt me more than I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I like it. Yeah, so you're giving him a shoulder check. He's like flat on his back, I guess, but he's like kind of sinking into this water that he is now splashed down in.
Well, good. Maybe there'll be something behind him to function as an anvil.
Gotcha. I think this is also going to be an instigation.
Yeah. Well, good. Good for me.
I assume that's a 9er. You got a 9er in that one?
That's a 9er. Yeah.
Yeah.
My son's got a 9er.
That's why you can ignite. Remember, if you don't have that third slot filled, you take some damage or whatever. You can't do that super principle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't do the plus.
You got an 11.
I forgot. Yeah.
You got an 11. You don't get to reroll a 2 just because you didn't put a plus on it, buddy. I know. I know your wily ways.
You're on 2 twice in a row. Goddamn.
No, that's pretty shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you hit him. You close your distance, but you probably don't do much effective damage. In fact, he probably pulls that arm down like over you in like a half Nelson, but like with an arm big enough to trap your entire torso.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. So you're currently being grappled by this big old bog monster. Zalon, you're up.
Mm.
You got those fish.
I do have that fish. So, like, you say he's kind of like this right now?
Yeah, he's kind of like that on his back, like kind of floating, kind of not in water. It's like very muddy.
Mm. Does this thing have eyes?
Yeah.
Does it have any?
Its eyes like glow. Like I said, they glow red. You can repeat my descriptor if you want, or I can do that.
Yeah, ruby red eyes.
Rotten rubies.
Rotten ruby. Yeah. Okay. Like my image says, a fish is just a tube of muscle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I eat some of the mud.
What?
No, not eat. Like eat is wrong with. I put some mud in my mouth. I spit into its rotten ruby eye.
Okay. I don't know why you have to spit in the mud. I don't know why you can't just throw it.
A fish is just a tube of muscle.
Yeah, you have the powerful.
Okay, so wait, are you using your fish? Are you using your
Oh,
fish?
you're trying to be a trigger fish.
Yeah, are you trying
Yeah.
to be a trigger
He did this
fish?
last time.
Oh, yeah, you did do this last time. That is
Yeah, he got the fish ejaculation power.
Yeah, note
Yes.
note that you just have that. You do not need to spend a fish now.
Okay.
Uh
Well, yeah, I just want to do that, and
Okay.
because I have a 9 in instigation, I want this to be fiery hot mud in the eye.
fiery hot. Hmm. Go ahead and roll instigation, I guess. Or well, no, roll connection. You're aiming. And I'll explain the change there maybe one day. Maybe one day, my children.
Maybe.
What do you
one day.
mean? No, that's clear. Aiming is connection.
Aiming is connection.
No, that's been true since session 1.
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
Been so long. What's my connection?
Throw that on the list of questions, I guess.
Oh, my connection is 3. Okay. I was gonna say it's 0. No, it's just 3.
Good roll.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I'd say you definitely spit mud in its eyes like you have a fire hose as a throat. Get like a nice stream. You probably get it like up in the nose also, just like make them hack and.
It has a nose? Oh,
Hack and
geez.
cough.
This thing is like way more biological than I thought.
Yeah, I did not expect it to be this biological.
No, it's a beast like covered in moss.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like wearing. It's like wearing an entire tree worth of swamp as camo.
Oh, it's like like what those what snipers wear. What do you call those again?
Ghillie suit?
Ghillie
Yeah,
suit.
ghillie suit. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it react?
Yeah, you know, he starts hacking and coughing and then turns over like splashing Jack and the two kids like under the water, like rolling over onto its right side and then onto its front, and it's like it tries to like start swimming away. That's what it's trying to do, because it's like, okay, I've been caught in my ambush, but I've got my treasure. I'm fucking out of here.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately for this guy, I'm in a very vulnerable position for it. I'm gonna take you know what fish are good at? Thrashing. I'm gonna thrash and rip and tear in this
Okay.
spot that I'm at.
Okay.
Dude, that's like a Gyarados doing thrash. That's gonna do so much if you roll well.
Yeah. Okay. So it has like flipped over, and it has like
Mhm.
I'm gonna say that it has used its turn basically to like thrash its head around in the water to like get the mud out of it, and it has started like swimming. Jack, you are one moment, Jack. Show a little patience for me. Allow my description to play out.
I'm just getting
The queuing.
I'm just getting it like typed up.
Yeah. Yeah, when you like are pulled underwater, you can like see underwater, although it is dark down here. Even like a few feet out into this river, you realize it is like really deep. Like you can't see the bottom. It's like a very steep fall off. And it's like trying to swim down into it. You know, you're still basically at the surface. You're like just below it. And you're, you know, responding with your thrashing, as it were. But it is trying to run away with you and these two guppies. Yeah. You may now enter your role. You may do that.
All right. Still instigation.
Yep. Are you just trying to get yourself free or hurt it?
I'm trying to cause damage in a way where when it like freaks out, it lets go of the kids. That's
Okay.
my main goal.
Okay.
That was also my goal.
Just to be a bigger problem than them.
Yeah. So you want to like,
Yeah.
even if it like lets go of you, you want to like grapple back onto it and like get it to let go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like
Yeah.
it.
This muscle right here that I'm wiggling back and forth, I want that detached.
Gotcha. Rip and tear, my laddie.
Rip and tear.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that mud, you know, you did good at spitting that mud. It wasn't hot, for the record.
Yeah, makes sense.
You did not fire that. You did not
I
make
did
that
not
mud
fire the
on
mud.
fire. You just
And
spat
not
it.
fight the mud.
Anyways.
You have not unlocked the water type move Scald.
True.
Yeah, no, you did not scald.
I just did muddy water. That's all I did.
So Jack, I think you definitely like pry yourself loose. You like wiggle yourself out and like probably grab his hand.
Mhm.
You know, not to get too deep into anatomy. You know, it's probably bruised, but this thing's a fucking Hulk. So, let's just see if you can get these kids free. I'm just gonna make him roll against your roll.
Okay.
The exclamation point, I forget.
Yeah, it's exclamation point.
Exclamation point R space whatever.
All right. He is an instigation boy. So I'm gonna give him a big number. He did total shit. He did total shit. I think you're trying to be violent. I think you like try to. I think you like grab his wrist, right, and you like dig your feet into his armpit, and you just try to like rip his fucking arm off.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Like with the kids in it. I think he, you know, he's probably bashing on you with like his other hand, but he's like kind of stopped swimming. He's like just below the surface. I think when you hear like a horrible like crunch in his shoulder, like by your feet, he like lets go. He like lets go of the two kids, and they're also swimming around. He's bashing on you though, and you take some damage. Take one of your pips, any one of your rightmost pips. Peel it off for now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have 9 max hit points. If you have max stats, you got 9 hit points. What are you removing it from, if you don't mind me asking?
Connection.
Gotcha. I feel like that will have ramifications. I'll keep them to myself for now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so those two kids are floating, and he's like bashing on you, but you're, you know, basically at evens right now. No, you hurt him more than he hurt you. You probably like basically dislocated his shoulder and like crunched his arm. Down from like down deep in this water, like deeper than you would have thought it goes. You see like a sickly like red light down there. Like there's a fire at the bottom of this lake. And then you see a like you feel something looking at you from that fire, and there is a
That was a great. That's a Roma classic.
yeah. You feel something looking at you, like from where that fire is. It's like casting light over like the bottom of this lake, which looks like it's like, like 100 feet down probably. It's like really deep. And yeah, it looks like it's lighting up like there's like it looks like there's a campfire down there, and there is you see a sickly green like rune appear floating down there, and it like rushes towards you and the bog monster with great speed. What do you do? It's gonna hit one of you. Do you try to get out of the way? Or do you try to like move him in the way? Or
yeah, I don't want to be in the way of it. If possible, I would like the guy to be between us.
Okay.
Between me and it.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. He doesn't notice it. I'm gonna keep your roll going forward just a little bit more for your turn. You like kick him off. You kick off of him and like kick him into the direction of this flying circle of bad vibes, and it like slams into him and like stamps him in that pattern as it like collides with his back. You see his arm, like, which he had like broken off, like his right arm, like decay and like fall off like a lizard tail.
Oh boy.
And then
I guess we know what green does.
And then his left arm like swells up to the size of what his right arm was, and he screams in discomfort and agony
while underwater.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is unaffected by this water, really. He moves far more gracefully than something of his awkward stature should.
Lanky Mario.
Yeah, parts of the circle that like miss him like fly past your head, and then like you two on the outside, like you probably just see like a green spark like fly out of the water and like fizzle.
Can I dive in to save those two children?
Yeah. I'd say that's what you guys are about doing. And you kind of diffuse the situation, I assume, as this guy like retreats downward.
See, my thought was that
or do you want to go after him?
That the other guy was gonna get the kids. You said it's rocky around here?
Yes.
I wanted to, maybe not. I want to kneel down, pick up the biggest rock that I can carry that I can find.
Okay. I think you find one that's like big enough for a seat, like a little boulder.
Okay. I like to pick it up.
Yeah, unless you want to find one that really fucking heave.
No, I know. I'd like to pick it up and run over to the river with it.
Okay. Yeah. Zalan, you scoop those two kids.
Yep.
What are you doing with this giant rock?
I'd like to...
Or a big rock.
I'd like to dive into the water.
Okay.
And like
Jack.
Become like get over top of it.
Yeah, over like
of the creature.
Yeah. It like disappears in the dark, but you can still see that fire down there.
Ooh, that's still down there, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh. Hmm.
You like pachinko?
I think her thought was like, "Oh, I'm gonna drop the rock on the thing, and then it's not gonna come up." But she sees this, right? I think she's just gonna hold on to the rock and keep floating down.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, like to get to the bottom of the lake.
Yeah. Do I feel the same sort of like there's a perception from it?
Yes.
Okay. How bad does it feel?
Pretty bad, but you've had worse happen to you in particular.
That's true.
Yours felt worse, but also like it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I've been within psychic range of scarier stuff.
If I were to put it on my own scale, I'd say it's not angel bad, but it's probably demon bad.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm
That's pretty bad.
Okay. Jack, do you
I'm
wish
going
to
down
follow?
there.
Jack, are you following? What are you doing, Jack?
Well, how's my air feel? Do I still have a good amount of air in my lungs? I could go for a while.
You could probably hold your breath for 15 minutes.
Not as long as I thought we would be able to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah.
Well, while doing athletics that's pretty high.
Is this big guy like squirming around?
I think the
since he's
world
still-
record for somebody holding their breath is like
Yeah. Being a little choppy there, Bucky. I hope your internet reprises itself. As for the big guy,
yeah.
I think as you get in the water, Sheila, you wish to be called Sheila.
I don't think she's made up her mind.
Okay. I'll say that's how you feel. You feel just like Sheila, but you just can also remember some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sheila
Yeah.
wouldn't have you feel like Sheila with like a book and the book is someone else's biography and it's just in your
Right.
brain instead of in your bag.
Very importantly, I feel like she has not. Like, she would feel weird asking people to call her that.
Asking people to call her Janai or Sheila.
No, Sheila.
Okay. Well, I think it's fair to say that Jack and Salon, as he is now called, I think they still refer to you as Sheila because you still act the same.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clarifying for the fans at home.
Yeah, we need to establish how much we, the team, have talked also, but we can do that later.
Yeah, I imagine you have been talking basically the whole time.
Mm-hmm. So all the theorizing is canon.
Yeah, all theorizing is canon.
Yeah. All non-album parlance music is or speculation is canon.
Yeah. You just get that same insight, but not from the album, but just from thinking about it more because it's your life.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So like you get in the water and and like Jack sees you and Jack is like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm going down too." And then like sinks with you.
Is the big monster alive?
Yeah, the big monster guy, he like went down there. He swam down like to where the fire is.
Mm-hmm.
And like a beaten hound, he retreated. There is as you get closer to that fire, like you can't tell where he's at anymore. He like disappears into the darkness, but he goes towards that fire. When you sink down more and you like touch your feet to the ground and you can like, spacewalk a little bit down here. There is you can tell the source of the fire now. The source of the fire, there is a cabin on the bottom of this lake.
What?
And the fire is coming from inside it. It's like spilling out through windows.
How big is it?
It's pretty big. It's like the size of like like a human cabin. It's probably like, I don't know, 10 by 10 meters.
What the hell?
It's a little,
Meters?
yeah, it's like lopsided. No, this, like I said, this water is unnaturally deep.
I know, that's just big for a cabin anyway.
Yeah. It's got a big,
Yeah.
it's got a big ugly monster in it. Lives there. He's got a roommate. Might meet in a minute here.
Okay. There's a
How
fire
much
down
time
here.
has passed, by the way, since I saved those children?
Almost none. You basically
Almost none.
did that. You basically have just brought them ashore.
Okay. I just want to set up. If I find it takes long enough, I want to go back.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Sariel is there. Do you two kiss? She's close enough. You feel like the moment might call for it, but you also don't know how appropriate that is.
I nah.
No,
That's weird. That's weird.
up to you. Up to you.
Goats don't have human lips.
No, I don't like last scene. Last scene was not. That's not consent, bro.
You're right on that one. You're right on that
Yeah,
one.
that was weird. I'm like, yeah.
All right.
Thumbs up.
I'll say that well, here's what I'll say happens to you, Ricardo. You like retrieve them, bring them to land, like put them in the care of Sariel, and the rest of the village is like gathered around, or the rest of your little tribe. And then you turn around and you like dive back in the water, and you look for where your buddies went. And this part of the bog, which you just saw, like, your two friends and a big fucking monster just like sink into. Now it's like, it's like 6 feet deep. It's like a normal like part of a bog. You don't see where they went.
You know what? I'll sit that one out. I will simply be like, nah, okay. They can have this one. They can have this adventure. I will go back to my child. They probably just had a traumatizing experience.
Yes.
Let me take care of them.
All right, you two. You're at the bottom of a lake. There is no light coming in from anywhere above you. It is now totally dark out. The only light you can see is from a cabin in front of you that you feel like a monster just disappeared into, and you're pretty sure that someone in this cabin shot at you. Or at least shot at Jack.
Yeah. Let's go fuck them up.
Yeah. I'm
Which
there.
I express by like swimming in that direction and like this.
Yeah, the thumb across the neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there's a nod. I'm still holding on my boulder, by the way.
Yeah, I get it. There's your movements down here are sluggish, like how you remember life being up until now, up until this phase of your life.
I see.
You can still make like snappy movements. You just, the water is counteracting a lot of your strength.
It's like going from it's like the water physics in Mario Wonder. Not that good.
It's not good. Yeah.
Mm.
You head on up to this cabin. Are you just kicking the door in? Are you doing any scouting? What is up? My hands are off the table.
I would like to I would like to maybe poke around a little bit. Is there like you said? There's windows because the light's coming from somewhere.
Yep. There's windows.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
all right.
skulk around.
We go up to some windows. I'm looking for like a maximum of like 15 seconds. And that's honestly a little long.
Yeah.
Well, I'm attempting to make a roll that my catalyst will help.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Your catalyst will help. What is your catalyst?
I'm put the truth above my own safety. I'm attempting to find out what is down here while putting myself in peril by the proximity of the things within here.
I like it. I'll take it. I deem this acceptable.
What stat is this, do you think?
I think it's connection.
Awesome. That's my best one.
Is that a 9?
2d20 plus 9.
Oh, damn.
This is a good roll. This is the biggest roll you can get. That's a 28.
That's a 28 right there. Yep. All right. You I don't know what. Well, okay, yeah. So you look through the you like peek a crack through a window. There is inside there is like a great like pot sitting in the middle of a room on top of a large fire.
Yeah.
There's a old like crone, like a like gangly twisted tree of what appears to be a woman, or at least was once a woman, that is like lording over this like bog beast that is like crumpled in the corner, like scared of her. She's like plucking parts of him off and like throwing them in the pot and like scratching at him.
What? Okay. What's going on with that pot?
There's like it has like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like toxic ooze look about it, where it's like glowing green neon.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Zalon's kids were about to get Hansel and Gretel'd. By this witch.
I have a thought. So we perceive that from outside. Is there like a door?
Yeah, there's a door
with just like a handle.
I'd say it's just a doorway.
Okay, it's just a doorway.
Yeah, like it's kind of like a big, like this is like a weird, like lopsided wooden house. Like it looks like it would have fallen over if wood doesn't float.
Okay. I mean, can Jack see all these things too?
Yeah. Jack's there with you. Jack's literally like right next to you.
Okay, I like point to my. I look at Jack and I point to my head, and I point to me, and I point to the rock, and I go like, and I point to Jack, and then I go, and then I point with 2 fingers towards the pot.
I think I get it.
I also think I get it.
All right. So if you hold the rock out in such a way where it's lined up, you got the rock. Actually, first move, I nod in understanding.
Yeah, good.
Okay. And then we still have, water physics. So I'm going to like get up to it, and then I'm going to like do this like back tuck thing that is hard to describe, in words if you have not spent an inordinate amount of time in water, and then just like double leg kick off to launch this rock into this like witch's cauldron.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm rolling that connection forward. Oh, you can consider that
Okay, I like it.
You can consider that a success, but whatever. You already have 9.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, you line it up. You like slam into this this witch's brew, and you knock it over, and it's and it rolls over onto its side, and as it spills out, it becomes diffuse in the water around it a little bit, and globs of it. But globs of it still stick together like oil. It looks like when they're trying to drink soda in space and it's just floating is globules.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it dunks all over this horrible bog monster. It starts writhing.
Well,
and it
what a punished creature.
Yeah. It starts it starts growing.
Oh.
Rapidly. The crone turns around to see you with a neck that is as long as the room.
Oh yeah.
It's a weird, very spindly creature. It looks like a water bug. That's what she looks like. She looks like if you warped a water bug to have warped pieces of animal biology.
Okay.
At just the tips of its limbs. Yeah, imagine a water bug with hands. There you go. That should put a good image in your head. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cranes around to you two, or cranes their neck around to you two, and then speaks something, and bubbles come out of their mouth, and one of those circles appears in front of them again. And the door and the windows slam shut. And the what's it called? Yeah, the cabin starts to drift away from you.
What? Okay.
Yeah, it has a tree growing out of the top. You see this, Zalan. There's a tree that's on the edge of the bog or whatever. And it starts to move away from you as you're trying to figure out where your friends went. One of those trees starts to move away from you, and other ones move out of the way of it. Back under water there is it's not just moving away. There's roots that it picks itself up on, and it's crawling across the ground.
Yeah.
And also space starts to expand between you and the cabin. What do you do? What you do with that one?
I try to spring off the bottom and chase it.
Okay. Sure, yeah. I think that your speed isn't going to be the thing that can make you work here. I think your connection is going to see what makes you work here.
I see. Yeah, just an instinct of nope, come back.
Yeah, no, you do not get to come back. Yeah, I will make you roll again for this one.
Okay.
I don't think you get to spy and shoot and counter magic with one roll.
Yeah. Would you still count this as catalyst?
No, I don't think you're.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's what that is.
Yeah, I'm not attempting to discover anything with this specific roll.
Yeah, you're just countering something.
24.
All right. Um, Sheila, I'm going to offer you a choice.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Do you want to go? Do you want to keep? Do you want to stay close to the cabin, or do you want to stay close to Jack?
I want to stay close to the cabin.
All right.
Mhm.
As like space starts to yeah, I think that makes sense because Jack just kicked off of you, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when that space is being made, it's not between you and the cabin; it's between you and Jack. I think.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Jack. I think you see you kick off, but you see
Mhm.
the cabin like shrink away, with Sai's character like basically standing on the front porch,
Mhm.
like where a front porch would be. Um, yeah, I think at this point you're not like out of breath, but it fades away faster than
Yeah,
you can like keep up with
I
it.
was just about to say, like, I don't think I can swim up to this thing, so I'm going to try to swim up first.
Yeah,
I'm going to try and like get to the surface.
yeah. I think you meet Salon, you like return to the surface and you see like this tree shrink away. It is a yeah. You see the tree like gliding into out into the bog, and just that happens like Jack like bursts out of the water right in front of you, despite the fact that you were like looking for him for like a full minute.
Yo, how you doing there?
Immediate front crawl, but in the way where you're like trying to keep your head above water, and I'm like gasping. I'm like, get that tree.
The laugh is canonical. The laugh is canonical. I make sure my child is a-okay, and I dive.
Yes.
You know in Zelda how when you're near water, Link does the
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's just wonderful. All right, guys, it's time for a rescue mission.
Shit.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, he does the-
Link. Wow, I can't believe the budget of this show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
props are so underrated. Let's go.
agreed.
That was hype.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You set off into the bog in search of your friend. Are you in search of anything else when you in the bog? Perhaps vengeance.
Yeah, basically, like don't go stealing people. Fuck you, die.
Gotcha.
Maybe these guys are child-sized machines.
Child size what?
Machines.
Oh,
Hmm.
maybe indeed.
Maybe.
All right. Yeah. Damn, Jack, don't
Work it out.
fucking
Work it out,
don't
big
die.
Are you okay?
Work it out, big guy.
I hope no one has a coughing fetish where they just can't.
3/4 of the liners were all sick last week, so you know.
Is that real?
Yeah. I yes, there are people out there who have coughing fetishes.
Oh,
I got
no.
some fibrous fluid for you.
Oh God.
Stop. I will not. Not allowed. Yamete. All right. Yeah, so you guys set off. You're chasing after that tree. You're trudging through the swamp. Sheila,
Yep.
I think I'll have something for you in a minute, actually. We're gonna
You can have something for me whenever you want.
Yeah. I wondering how to play it out, but we'll have so you guys are chasing her through the bog. Have
Is there like a frog or a salamander or something like that that crosses my path in any way? I'm looking for something like that as I go along.
Yeah.
If I find it, I'm shoving it in my mouth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say that this is like the first place you've been in a while that has like fauna. I'll say that there are like semi-large like lizards, like water lizards. They're like a couple feet long.
Okay.
You probably like rush past a tree, and then like 20 of them like scurry out from on top of it, or like you're like trudging, and like when you hit a tree, like they fall out of it like apples and start scattering.
Okay.
And you just scoop one up.
So important question here. Are they low to the ground? Are they creeping things? Or are they more, let's say, tall, organized lizards?
I'd say they're
This is
creeping
a
things.
hilarious question.
I'd say they're definitely creeping things.
Okay.
They might live in trees, but these trees are underwater and they swim around a lot. They probably would eat like small fish or something.
I'm trying to orient myself in the timeline is what I mean, because like, you know, the existence of creeping things is that's important.
Okay, yeah.
I did not realize this was some Bible shit. Okay, I see.
No, I knew that immediately based on the phrasing.
Right, of course.
Your homework this week is Genesis.
Ah.
I didn't say that. Jesus Christ.
That pill that I just took is a Mucinex, by the way. That's why it suddenly got worse.
God, point the mic away, please.
Yeah, there's a mute button.
A mute button, dude. How unprofessional. All right. You'll have to answer for him, Zalam, because they're being disgusting right now.
I like a lost what the question was and all the coughing.
Yeah. So when you see like these crawler lizards like fall out of this tree, you have like a momentary like you have like a spike of hunger, like a reminder of hunger. You see Jack just like scoop one up and like bite its head off. What do you do?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to take one?
Okay, I have an additional question that might add extra context.
Yeah.
Are they like iguanas or are they like house lizards?
I mean, you don't recognize them. I think iguanas are desert lizards.
We saw an iguana in Costa Rica, Roma.
Is that true? Okay.
Yes.
Then,
Iguanas are the size of small dogs.
Yeah. So they're like iguanas.
Iguanas are also mean tree lizards.
Yeah, they're mean. They're mean.
Yeah, they're iguanas. Sure, they're iguanas now.
I definitely eat one.
There's some weirdo iguanas. Yeah, okay. Write down
those, yeah, by the way.
creeping lizard on your on the bottom half of your second character sheet. In the
Just
cave on
saying.
your character sheet.
Just saying, we eat those. We eat those here.
You eat iguana?
I bet they're delicious.
Yup.
Wow.
Well, what else are you gonna do with it?
I have never, but it is a delicacy, apparently. Especially the eggs, mainly the eggs.
Interesting.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
I mean, you know, it makes sense. It's a you got animals, you eat them.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they taste like gator. Gator's real good, by the way. If you can get
It
gator,
is.
do it.
Gator's like super
yeah.
chicken.
Yeah,
That's how I think of gators
and
in
like
real life.
springier.
Also.
Yeah. Super
Swamp
chicken.
chicken. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you call like when you have them as food. It's swamp chicken.
I know. I've watched Avatar. All right. You're on the path now. You are hunting for your friend. You Sheila.
Yeah, what's up?
There is you're dragged into the middle of this you're dragged into like the middle of this swamp, like to somewhere basically foreign to you.
Yeah.
You're dragged along with this cabin, and it like settles down with like a short distance between you and it. Like you can see it, it's like probably 100 feet off. In taking another like look around, you can see in the direction that you came from, there is the sun just set in the west where you just come from.
Yeah.
And you went further east into the swamp. Up above water, you know, the sun has set. You can still see it like poking through like a distant star in down here.
Okay.
It's like on level with you.
Interesting. Huh.
So you have two sources of light down here. I give you that as a binary choice.
I mean, what do I have to choose?
You have so staring at the set sun to your west.
Yeah. Do I what?
I'm checking something in my mental brain. I think it's a yes.
In your mental brain.
My mental brain. It's opposed to my other one.
Right.
Yeah, roll connection.
I got a couple other brains for you if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Sheila, can you make a connection check for me?
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. $12.
12. All
That's
right.
not as good as I have been doing.
It is not as good as you have been doing. That's correct. I think that you're going to I squirm in my chair. I squirm and I writhe with thoughts.
Yeah, like a little worm.
Yeah. I think you see the set sun, and you see that a piece has a piece of it has like fallen away.
Oh, we were supposed to look out for that. Where's it going?
It is like arcing over, like up and above, like over you, as if it's like coming down like a meteor,
Okay.
and it lands like somewhere high above you that from down here like you can see.
Okay.
Um,
I'm still under the water, right?
yes, you're at the bottom of a weird dark lake.
Yes.
You're at the bottom of the silver lake.
Okay.
That one's for Tarvok. That's probably not real.
That's probably not real. If we're thinking of the same thing.
Okay. So I'd like to log that trajectory in my brain.
Yeah, I'd say you can see it from down here. For the record, you boys upstairs, you're trudging through a swamp. You do not see this thing happen or where it lands.
Okay.
Can I bust into this cabin, please?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Sheila's on a solo mission.
Yeah.
It happens every now and then.
Yeah. Sometimes Sheila just likes to,
Mhm.
just walk through a kitchen and pretend like she's supposed to be there.
Yeah. Episode 1.
Yeah. So, Sheila, you walk over to this cabin. The fire in it is low, is a little low now.
Yeah.
There is a you peek inside, it's like kind of hard to see. You think that but you can see that the crone is still in there.
Okay.
And you don't see where the big bog boy, you don't know where he's at.
Okay.
Yeah, the crone is there's like a bunch of like jars and pottery that have been like smashed now that the building has like moved and been rustled.
Right.
There's like a bunch of like there's like a bunch of small dead like swamp animals. You got those lizards, you got some swamp rat, you got some fish. And she's just like she's like throwing bits of them into the smoldering fire and like getting it to start back up.
Okay. I mean, does she know where I am?
It looks like it looks like the crone figures that they are alone at the moment.
Okay.
As the fire starts to like slowly build back up, you can see that there is like a trap door in the ceiling that goes up into that big tree.
Okay. I mean,
That's the only door other than the entrance in here.
right.
You're like peeking through like shuttered windows.
How hard would it be to bust through these?
Not too hard for you. You could do it. You
Yeah.
couldn't do it probably in one. Like you probably couldn't do it all at once, but you would announce your presence and then get it in a few swings.
Damn. Well, if I must, I think I choose to do that.
All right. Yeah. You like creak your fingers around the edge of the window. And I think the best way you would do it is just like rip them off.
Yeah.
And then swim in after.
Mm-hmm.
To square off.
I mean, do you want me to roll?
I don't think you need to roll. I think
okay.
that you're just accepting. You're accepting that you're not getting in there silently.
Yes, I am.
So yeah, you rip you rip them off and like huck them behind you, and then like dive in.
Hold on, can I throw them at her?
Sure, you can throw one. You throw like one of them at her.
Yeah, just as like a
All right. You've
gotta
entered.
throw her off.
You've entered the close quarters.
Yeah.
All right. Since you entered announced, I'm gonna have her make a first move.
That's fair.
Let's just see. Hmm. Yeah, I want you to roll in contest with this.
What am I? What?
She
using
begins.
what?
She creates a like one of those weird like she creates another one of those like green runes when she sees you.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
she sees you enter and interrupt her, and she seems more like pissed off and annoyed than like scared of you.
Yeah.
And she like starts to make one of those like symbols in the air, like, and like is shouting, cursing into the water. Like you see her
Okay.
like you see her head like jabbering.
Do I understand it?
No,
Okay.
they're not even intelligible as words through the water.
Okay.
You can tell they're probably not nice.
Right.
Yeah. They're making a separation roll. Make a connection roll in contest,
Okay, I love to do that. I love to connect.
and take disadvantage.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's a shame. Yeah, this is a bad situation.
Well, I'm 2d20 plus 9. Lowest roll is a 13 plus 9, which is 23? No.
That's
20
22.
22.
Uh,
Plus 10 minus 1. Yeah,
I have never claimed to be good at math.
all right.
that's okay.
So this rune slams into you.
Oh, what? Wait,
Um,
hold on. She rolled a 15.
yeah, I'm resolving.
I contest. Okay.
I'm resolving.
Okay, you're okay.
Let her cook.
I'm letting you cook.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter it's hitting me. It matters what happens after.
Yeah. Okay. It like slams into you, and you know that wall in your brain?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, you remember that wall in your brain?
Ooh.
I do remember the one brain.
Yeah. You do not feel hurt by whatever is done. But that wall in your brain, a bramble of thorns like grow over from the top of it and onto your side.
Oh God.
That's what
Okay.
happens.
Okay.
That's bad news
It's
for whoever you used to be.
what I'll say is your experience is that it momentarily like stings on like the spots where it hit you, but that you find it easy to put it out of mind.
Yikes.
Well, you know what they say, shikata deny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, take your swing, Sai.
My swing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
So she's like this big, gangly, like insectoid lady.
Yes.
I think I'd like to, put my feet up on the windowsill, jump off it.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to like put both my hands around her neck,
Okay, yeah.
and then we'll go from there.
You gonna snap her neck?
Then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll instigation.
Would you give me my catalyst here?
No. You're not trying to learn anything. You're trying to grab
That-
an old lady by the neck.
But I am trying to learn something. because I'm really curious what traits I will be able to evoke when I bite into her neck.
I'm gonna still say no.
Okay. Well,
Well, that's
you're
actually-
no selling my cool reveal. Thanks. I'm gonna roll 1d20 plus 6. That's a 21.
All right. Yeah, I'd say at this range, she is mostly ineffective. Your strength is much more than hers is. Like
Yeah.
with her arms, she starts to like scratch you up, like flailing. But that won't last long.
Mhm.
You bite into her neck.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I mean, she has like this big like noodle neck,
Yes, it
2
does.
hands, and then just eat like corn on the cob, just like.
Yeah. I think that you doing that is enough to kill her instantly.
Okay.
She doesn't stop flailing for a while. Take off 2 pips. Add a crone.
Corn on the cob, that bitch.
Add a crone.
Take off 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough.
You got-
she's
got
real
z-
poison.
You got zap and you got scratched, and she is about as toxic as one could be.
Okay, let's see. What 2 do I take off?
Yeah, let me know what 2 you take off.
I'm gonna take off separation and connection for now.
Separation and connection. So where are they? 6 and 6?
Separation is at 3.
Okay.
My
Connection.
separation was at 6.
Gotcha. Uh-oh. All right. Your hunger is abated.
Yeah, thanks. There goes my no eating run, but I was just too curious.
Up to you guys. I think you catch up with that tree pretty quickly. There is a and when you catch up to that tree, you realize that it's a taller tree than the rest of them. That's how you've been following it this whole time. And it has like a huge like knoll out of it, like it's a hollow tree. And when you approach it, it's like a swamp tree, so you have to like kind of climb up over its root to get to it. But you two clamber up on the roots, and when you look down in the hollow, there is a staircase leading down that is like brutally, I would call it brutally carved into this tree.
All right, following that down.
Yeah. Heading down it, you were just walking in the swamp. You're keeping your head above water most of the time. Sometimes you got to swim a little bit. You make your way down like a few, like probably like 10 feet, before things get very dark very suddenly. Like there's like a level of water within the tree that you can't see through. That when you like sink down under, it is like totally black in there. Who's leading? Is it Jack? Or is it... I imagine it's Jack. I was imagining Jack because you said I go in there first.
Yeah. I figured by the same token.
Yeah. Yeah, when you like sink your head underneath that like surface, you realize that like just below where your feet are, that pair of like red eyes is like staring back up at you. he's bigger now. He like is filling this like massive tree. Like he's not using this. He's not using the stair. I'd say this tree is like probably like 8 feet wide. It's the biggest tree in this entire swamp. And yeah, you guys are like going down it like a narrow spiral staircase. And he is just like squeezed in here and like basically barely able to even like move his limbs to get up. Like he can go hand over hand.
Gotcha. So he's like pretty pinned down. Oh, when you say hand over hand, does that mean that his right arm is like fixed, or is that just like the scale of motion and size?
I think my answer to that is that his right arm slams into you at first contact, and he like punches you up and out of this like dark water. Like Zalam, you're above Jack, right? You watch him like go down into this black, and then you see a Jack fly upward and a fist following him that is like the same size. And Jack like slams into the wall of this trunk, and it like starts bursting and like leaking water. Yeah, and then like this big bog monster, he like pulls his head up above water. He is much larger now. He's his head is like the height of your body. He's turning into like a minor kaiju.
A minor kaiju.
Yeah, minor kaiju.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's coming for you next, Zalam. What are you doing?
Okay.
Jack, take 2 pips off. Find a spot to take 2 pips off.
Ouch.
Yeah, you got fucking hit.
Okay, so if you go to club activities, right?
Oh, yeah. Iguana.
That's a spoiler tagged image
That's
of
an
an
iguana.
iguana.
That's a...
Yeah, you see them claws? You see them claws?
Yes.
I would like to have... I would like my fingernails to be like those claws.
All right. Do you still have 9 in instigation?
I do have 9 in instigation.
All right. Consume your iguana and be changed.
Nice.
So
here's what I do.
They appear on... Well, no. You don't have feet. You have hooves. So they just appear on your hands.
Yeah.
I think you probably also... Well, what other... Do you want to get another funny lizard trait, or do you just not want to become a freak that fast?
I would also like the little spiny things in the back.
Okay, yeah, you got them. That's what I was going to suggest.
Yeah. So here's what I do. You know how cool anime guys with swords, when they fight like a big thing, will like stick their sword and then like run down.
Yeah.
Like this. Yeah. That's my goal. I'm clawing this thing's arm as it is like past me, and I'm going down, tracing it down to the shoulder.
Gotcha. Okay. I like it. Yeah. To do this, you basically just like it punches Jack so hard the fist like gets lodged in the wall, and then you just like jump down it like a fireman's pole with claws stopping you like a cat on the blinds or on the curtains.
Yep.
Just break down across it.
Nice.
All the way down.
Yeah, it like and you like splash down into the water, and splash down into where the water starts, because this place is like flooding in now. And
I want to go all the way down. By the way.
Okay. You want to like go past it?
I want to trace. Yeah, I want to trace its entire like the length of its arm down to its shoulder.
Yeah. That's its shoulder doesn't stop at its shoulder though, buddy. It's got more bod down there. Yeah, this thing has like I said, it has grown. It has grown like a second torso on top of its previous one.
Okay.
Ah.
Its old torso is small
like
enough
a boy tar.
Yeah, its old torso is small enough. I don't know what that is.
I don't think you're enough of a furry to like that.
Okay. Now I'm disturbed even more.
Think like not Goro. Is it Goro? Yeah, think Goro from like Mortal Kombat.
I don't know that one.
Goro is not a boy tar, but yeah.
Motaro.
Skip. Yeah, you like rake down the side of it, and splash into the water, and you can see like it has a torso that has like grown out between its head and its body, or its previous body. That's like twice the size of the body it used to have. You can see like its limp, now tiny by scale arm there, and it is just like it's just like using that body as a tail to like push itself through the water.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah. That's where you're at.
Very cool.
Down below you, I think Sheila, or whatever she wishes to be called.
Mm-hmm.
Sheila, as you would call her, comes into the. You've just slain the crone, and then like you feel the entire like building you're in shake, and then you swim up through those doors, and your boys are there, or you see one of your boys, and you see the bottom of a swamp monster.
Okay.
The rest of the swamp monster like it like pushes past you, Zalan, and like out. It's like chasing Jack.
Mm.
It seems to have beef with Jack. It's got a target, and it's fixed. Yeah. Just to equalize the situation, I'm going to say that the monster's turn is that it follows Jack outside, and it is outside in the swamp with you, Jack.
Right on.
I'm also outside, I guess.
All right. I'll put you two. Let's just say that you two come out. You're at like the bottom of normal. You're in the bottom of Normal Town. And
Normal Town.
Yeah, Normal Town swamp. And there is, a big swimming boss monster from a Devil May Cry game, swimming around in this swamp. And above water, Jack is like engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I offer initiative to whoever takes it.
I would. What is this thing? What is this thing's skin like?
So what do you think? Okay, here's what I'll describe. So the Hulk from the movie The Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine if the Hulk was dead and you dumped his body in a lake and then you found him a week later. That's what his skin feels like.
Okay, pleasant.
What a weird description.
I think what I would like to do is just like I'm trying to think of a way how I can instigate and also use my catalyst here.
All right, Jack, because you're squaring off with it, I'm going to give you some more description. Its head has like morph. Before it had like kind of a normal like humanish jaw. Now like it has like a neck that is like thicker than its head, right? Even before it had that. But now its jaw has like gotten deeper to where it like goes down the whole length of its neck. So it's got like a head and neck that's like 4 feet, and just on the tip of it is like the outline of a skull with a face on it. But then there's a row of teeth that go like 4 feet down its neck, like an alligator.
Like the Violator from Spawn.
I'm gonna go with yes, because I have no idea what that is, but I assume you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll look
Okay.
it up to confirm
Okay.
that. Now, someone take initiative. God damn it! I command you.
I would like to ignite.
Okay.
I want some of it. I want some of this creeping lizard.
I would like to. I would
So,
like to
if
eat
you
off of its body. Then, if that's gonna happen,
Okay.
All right, the two main features of an iguana in my mind are tail and speed. Like, lizards are fast.
as
Yeah.
hell,
They zoom.
they do zoom.
You got to go up to like cats to get faster.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And even then, like that's a tough race between a cat and like an iguana.
Mm-hmm.
They are so fast.
I mean, if I had to pick a third thing to associate with iguanas, it's that they're bastards.
Yeah, they're mean.
I agree with that.
So true.
They're so mean.
All right. So what are you wanting?
Okay. I wanted to change my, like, primarily my legs, and also maybe like throw some iguana tail in there. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. With the purpose of you want to be zoom super fast on with water.
Yeah, with water especially, but you know, reptile muscles are just fast in general.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Consume your lizard, your creeping lizard item in your cave and be changed.
Yeah,
Yeah. You could,
changed.
if you're running in straight lines on flat water, you could probably run on water.
Awesome.
like
There's a lot of thrashing going on though. There's a fucking kaiju coming out of the swamp. Yeah, that tree that was on it as camouflage has fallen off now. It would now be. It's probably it probably has like root in his back somewhere, but it is smaller than him, so it is beneath notice.
Okay. How big is its eye relative to my body?
I'd say its eye was about as big as your fist, and now it's about as big as 2 of your fists.
Okay. I would like to, like, climb into that eye.
Oh, okay. So you want to just jump
Yeah.
on
Just
this
like,
thing?
just like I'm gonna take advantage of my newly additionally elevated speed and just like burrow into its eye.
Oh my god.
that was my plan.
Jack's gone fucking savage.
That was my plan.
Yes.
Since he gained the
Like,
power to Animorph.
This has been the
That's
result.
true as.
Since I have gained the power to Animorph, that Jack has kind of like I feel like everybody in the party has let go of a different aspect of themselves, becoming who they currently are.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely let go of like any semblance of restraint in this way.
Yeah. I can dig it.
Like much of much of the rest of my thinking is now consumed by well, because clearly what went wrong before is that I just wasn't going hard enough.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what it was.
Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be a highly dangerous maneuver. You're jumping into this thing's face, and its most dangerous part is definitely its giant alligator teeth.
Yeah.
So, you can do it, but this is going to be
So-
a dangerous contest.
Do you think that this is acting in defiance of fate and circumstance? Because I feel like a giant gaping maw is gonna try and eat me.
I think defiance of circumstance. This counts as defiance of circumstance. Definitely not defiance of fate.
Hell yeah. Okay.
He's also a big boy, so he's gonna roll big boy hours.
Okay. But you are giving me the catalyst on this?
Yeah, I'm giving you the catalyst.
Okay.
All right, there you go. You got to beat that. You should be able to fucking do that. Apparently, I can't roll, but you guys can. Hey, you would have won by one.
There it
anyway.
is.
That is indeed Animorphs.
Oh.
This is definitely Animorphs the Invasion right now.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Every episode of Command X should reference a different issue of Animorphs, by the way. This is what I
Feels
hope
accurate.
happens. All right, Jack, you narrowly avoid the literal jaws of death. I was going to make you take 3 fucking damage if you got bit.
Oh my god.
Mm.
If you run out of those pips, you do die.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Says who? Says who?
Says who? Happened once already.
I died before. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you
It didn't take.
you scramble like across water like a fucking speed demon and like up its shoulder, and it like snaps at you. Like you're going for its left eye, and it snaps at you and turns around, and like you just barely like do a cool tumble and miss it, and then you end up like burrowing into its other eye instead because it's turned around now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to get? Feel free to get as vulgar with that description as you want. I give it to you.
There's some chomping in there. Like eating is part of this process. Like I'm like soaked to the waist in aqueous humor.
Oh God.
Like there's
Don't
bits of
describe it
sclera
like
going
that.
over my shoulder.
This is the worst.
Hey,
This is what I wanted.
that's what it's called. Aqueous
know.
humor is what it is called. The sac of fluid that is attached to the eye. That's not the eye itself. But on the
I'm
inside.
well aware.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just tearing shit up in there.
Oh yeah.
All right, you two bringing up the rear. Hold it down.
This is the most detached a retina has ever been.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you swim up and you can see like through the murky darkness. You could see its head flailing, one eye glowing, one eye has like a covered in glowing fluid jack sticking out of it,
Mm.
digging in like a rabid piranha.
Yeah. You know that thing that kids do when they like smash a ladybug, or not a ladybug, like a firefly, and then like spread it over their fingernails to be like glow in the dark
What?
nail polish?
No.
Okay,
Yeah, I get it.
the kids on my block were like total psychos, and this is the thing that they would do.
Apparently.
And-
Goddamn.
I saw kids do this as a child, as a kodomo.
Yeah,
You would?
I wouldn't, because I thought bugs are gross.
Yeah, bugs are gross. Let me put them all over me. What?
I didn't do it. I thought bugs are gross. I don't want to do that. I don't care about glowing in the dark. I have a glow stick. And when a glow stick cracks, I'm like, ew, it's gross. It's like the ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Secret of the ooze with a chosen few.
All right, which of you is going up first? Or are you doing a cool team attack? Like in Neon Genesis Evangelion?
We can do a cool team attack. I'm fine with that. I mean, I have very little attack vectors.
Yeah.
I think Sheila is frozen. Oh, no, no.
Am I
Yep.
here?
Sheila's not frozen.
Okay, I guess I was frozen. Oh, I have red bars. Okay.
Yeah, I have very few attack
you have red
vectors.
bars.
I personally would like to attempt to go for its other eye.
Go for it.
I feel like you're just putting yourself in needless danger at that point. It's got a bunch. It's got a whole raid boss selection of parts.
Yeah, it's like a Titan.
Yeah, it's like a segmented boss.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not Titan, a Colossus.
Mm.
Oh, how could I even forget this? I'd like to like run into it with my horns,
Yeah.
just as like a, oh, I'm gonna get you, just to get it.
Yeah, you have uppy horns.
I do have uppy horns. I have like,
And they're big and tall, I think.
yes.
I'll follow that up. You know that the elbow of your knees, the part
Yes.
behind your
Mhm.
knee.
Yeah.
Your
That's like-
weenus?
No, the part behind your knee. That's like this.
Okay.
Oh no,
Yeah,
okay.
Your
yeah,
knee
yeah.
pit.
Yeah, your knee pit.
Yeah, your knee pit.
Yeah, I want to claw the hell out of the opposite leg
Okay.
of the side that Sheila's on.
Mhm.
Here's what I'll say. It's kind of like I said, it has a big torso growing out of its old torso, and it's using like its old torso as like a tail fin. So maybe you just go for the point where those two things connect.
That's smart. I like that.
What's up with me and just really loving good old A-bomb monsters?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I did write Command X, so
Yeah.
expect
Yeah.
expect at least one more in the future.
At this rate, one of them is gonna be me. Oh, what do you want me to write down in my stomach for like chomping some of this eye? By the way.
Aqueous humor.
Write down Rotten Ruby
Mm.
and
Okay.
also write down waterlogged.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, imagine if you're if that cave on your character sheet, imagine if it was like now filled with like shin high water. Shin high disgusting swamp water.
Does Rotten Ruby like eroge instead of books?
Oh, I understand.
That took so many leaps to get to. All right.
You completed the circle. I was
Nice.
trying to put one of those together, but half-heartedly.
Okay. Yeah. You boys in the downstairs, are you trying to just
I'm in the
Are
downstairs.
you trying to just attack its big tail fin body, or are you trying to like do something else more specific? Said
I'm
you're
trying
trying
to do that.
stab it.
I will attack its tail fin body.
I was wondering if you were trying to remove it.
Yeah, I'd like to claw around it, like I'm scoring, like meat. Oh! You see how they score this bread?
Yeah.
I know how they.
I'm trying to score around. It's where the part where it's two bodies connect.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Feel free to assist.
Shout out this pack of yeast.
Yeah, that you apparently love showing. Yeah. Feel free to. You guys are working together.
Roll.
Yeah, you get to add your rolls together.
What do you mean by that?
That's how your assisting works. Assisting is just you both roll.
Okay.
You both roll and you just add them.
What stat is this?
Instigating right now. We're instigating.
Okay.
You're instigating. You did not describe it as I want to rip his tail off, or I want
Ooh.
to shoot him with my gun.
Yeah,
Man, these rolls suck.
These rolls do suck.
they do.
Luckily, you were working together.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have really just sucked ass and been totally shown up by how cool Jack is. Instead, I think you're gonna. Yeah, I think you're going to. You bury your horns in it. You're clawing it up. Wait, how are you? What are you clawing with, by the way?
He has lizard claws.
Oh yeah, you gave yourself lizard claws. That's right. I forgot that wasn't Jack. Jack got lizard legs.
Tail.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys are writing these down somewhere. These are gonna be fucked to keep track of if you keep this shit up. You keep adding 2 animals per session. And it's like, what do I look like? Oh, I look like a fucking freak.
Do we continue to look like this?
Yes, it doesn't go away.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh.
Be changed, period.
So true.
It's textual.
All right. Yeah, I think you bury your horns in its tail. You like dig them between its spine, its spinal into its spinal column. You get various types of fluids in your horns.
Great, thanks. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. That's what we're all here for. Salam, you like rip around like the other side, and like you guys are like, it's flailing and twisting, and you probably like cut it deep enough to where you snap its lower spine, and it like stops being able to like. It's like spinning. This is like it's like a big old kaiju. It is like spinning around and like making a whirlpool. But you like break its tail with your combined efforts.
Mm.
And you start to slow its thrashing. Now it's just a pair of arms swatting at Jack, and Jack is inside of its own head. I think it has.
Claw me out, I dare you.
I think it's gonna do you one better. Jack. So you're inside of like where its brain is, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. It knows one way to get rid of you. You feel like the cavern that you're in like go dark as like it grabs, it like takes its big old arm and like grabs its head, and it rips its own head off.
Whoa.
With you inside of it, and it fucking throws you.
Amazing.
Like into the
Well, I've got plenty of padding around me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I've been removed from this situation, though.
Perhaps.
It may have also removed itself from the situation.
I'll take it.
I think there's just enough energy left in its body to finish the throw, and then it like settles down, and the mechanics of its organs like cease functioning after they don't receive commands for a few seconds. Jack, you are flying inside of the brain of a monster over a swamp. Brace thyself.
Braced indeed.
How fast is this head traveling?
How fast could Mechagodzilla pitch?
I see. That's quite fast.
Jack, do you have any way of bracing yourself?
Go deeper. Yes.
All right. You take
I feel like if I'm surrounded by brain, I'll be fine.
All right.
Get to the epicenter of the brain.
Yeah, you dig into a brain like it's a camel in Return of the Jedi
Mhm.
or something.
Those are called tauntauns.
Yeah, like it's a camel. Yeah. How many hit points do you have left?
3, 4. I can take 4 points of damage and still be alive.
Perfect. I was gonna give you 3. Now, where does your
Okay, cool.
Now I'm gonna ask you this, and this is an important question. What is the last stat you have a point in?
Oh, I have a total of 5 pips up, so I have 2 points remaining.
Okay.
I'm going to have 1 point in. You know what? I burned all of my instigation on this. All
Okay.
3 of those points of damage go to my instigation.
Okay.
So I have 1 pip remaining in separation and connection.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the skull of this creature, which was a little soft to begin with, slams messily into a tree and kind of turns into a splattered meat pie of a pile.
God, this thing is gross.
Yes, it is gross.
Mm.
It is you've been fighting a kaiju made of waterlogged corpses.
Yeah, that's clear.
Yeah. I think you don't even have to like climb out. You basically just stand up in paste.
Yeah.
Jack. When you when you stand up, you are in a clearing. And across from you, you have landed in like you slammed into like the trunk of a tree, and then you like basically slid down it like a cartoon character that flew into a window and just like slammed on it. And then like slid down into the roots, and you're like sitting, and you're like, oh. Then you like groan to your hoof feet and stand up. The swamp is quiet. That swamp
Fucking well better be at this point.
is that Jack's first time flying?
No.
There was the helicopter before.
Oh, that's true. Second time flying.
Second time flying.
That's my new band name.
Good name.
Yeah.
That is a good name.
Like for one thing, you are not crashing. That's better than like every Indiana. That's better than Indiana Jones.
Yep.
So yeah, you come to a stand, and you are standing on the roots. Across from you, on the in this like kind of a clear, very foggy part of the swamp. You need to make way back to your friends, but you have like literally no idea where the fuck you're at. How are you gonna get back?
Yeah, all I've got is the like the shrapnel to try and reconstruct what direction I came from.
Yeah.
With.
But you're part of the shrapnel, so you kind of disturb the crime scene.
Yeah.
All right. How do you get back?
Can I do the 2 fingers whistle? Is that a thing I can do? Or is my mouth parts not really accommodating to that?
I think your bear claws aren't. You do have a weird goat mouth. I have no idea if goats can whistle.
Probably not.
With a no.
Yeah, this probably seems like a no.
Can I roll for a search?
Can I roll to whistle?
Well,
No.
whatever side of the tree the damage is on, I'm gonna walk in the direction from that, I guess.
Okay.
And like, I don't know, clap. That's what I'm gonna do.
Gotcha.
Just every once in a while.
Like you're trying to scare away snakes.
Yeah. You are in a swamp where you just killed what was definitely the apex, or well, what was hopefully the apex predator.
Yeah. You know what? I'm clapping SOS.
Okay. Only you guys could even possibly know what that is, and probably know that it is.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, that's what you're up to. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
How are you doing?
Winded a little bit, but all right.
Yeah.
I catching my breath.
Not nearly as bad as the other guy.
No. I was probably pretty low on lung capacity though.
Yeah.
You should see the other guy. He can't.
All right. Are you just gonna wander until you find Jack?
Yeah, I mean we'll look in that direction.
All right.
Oh. Zalan, do not let me forget. I saw something very important that you should not let me forget.
Okay, I will remind you to not forget about that important thing.
Thank you very much. Let's
All right.
go find him.
After what is a relatively short search, probably takes you like an hour of just basically wandering through swamp until you hear clapping and the sound of an SOS, which could only be one possible. What else could that be?
Oh, I know what to do. That's him.
Yeah. the crew joins lost in this derelict swamp. Your buddy looks quite beat.
Yeah. We can give him a shoulder or two.
Yeah. Jack, I imagine you're like limping along, basically.
Oh yeah.
You're a super creature, but also you got fucked up.
Yes, I was a concussion today.
You indeed you were.
You probably broke your spine.
Listen, the more durable you are, that just means the more damage it takes to hit you, to damage you. So how they say the bigger they are, the harder they fall. If you have more health, then you take more damage.
Yeah.
Very insightful.
I think that's a Chinese proverb.
If you have more health, then you take more damage.
Yeah.
All right.
Ancient Chinese secret.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you can wander westward. There's still a little bit of light, and you can make it back.
Just like on the way, right? I just say to both of them, do you know I have a child?
I pieced it together through the. I was paying attention to everybody.
Huh. Wonder if I have any kids. Here or there.
Question.
Guys, it's a conversation. So
do you know what
you guys go ahead?
Do you know what their kid's name is?
No.
Mine? No.
Oh, you know what their name is.
Oh, I do?
Yes, they are your child. You just had to ask.
Please tell me.
Sheila doesn't know.
That is Batsua.
Okay. Nice.
Batsua. Okay.
My child's name is Batsua.
Gotcha. Does that like mean something?
Not sure.
I mean, I try to think about if it means something. I'll do that.
Yeah. You know.
If there's like a
yeah.
definition associated with that
It does.
that term.
Because their names are just words.
Right.
Uh,
Names are just words, is the thing.
yeah, their names are just words. So
no, they all.
well, yes.
Never mind.
Some names are more words than others, though.
That's true.
Looking at you, Jerica.
Batsua means abundance.
All right.
Okay, so I'm spelling this as though we're sheep people. So it's
Bat.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right.
Oh.
Yep. That's good. That's
Yep.
good.
Oh boy. All right.
It's right up there with the black sheep.
So walking along back to where your campsite is. You see.
No, wait.
Yeah.
We start doing that,
Yes, you did.
And
then I say, and then
Oh,
I
yeah.
say, and then I say, wait. I was supposed to not forget about something.
Yeah. Oh, Sheila, you had an important thing that you wanted to tell me about.
There was when we first arrived here, there was a prophecy that a piece of the sun would fall to Earth and we'd have to go get it. I saw it down there. I saw it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, and
Like,
now Roma, this is a question for you.
That's great and all, but I'm not.
Did it seem,
I'm not really in much of a shape to help with that.
Did it seem retrievable?
I think. Did it seem retrievable? It seemed reachable.
But not immediately so.
Yeah. Like, yeah, not immediately so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's I imagine it will be a journey still to retrieve it. But
you're going in the you know that you're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Not towards camp. I mean in general.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The caravan has been moving in the right direction.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'll convey that.
All right. Thanks for reminding the players about things that I told them.
You're welcome. No problem.
We all know that they don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys safely return to camp, and you make it back. Everyone, is very happy to see you. You do you want to make a kind of announcement? Do you want to let them know what happened?
Yeah. I'll say
They're happy to see that Sheila's back.
Oh, why me?
Or not Sheila, sorry, Jack. Wait, no. Sheila, you were under the water.
Yeah.
Jack and Dylan, like, they came up
Mhm.
out of the water, and then they were like, we're
Oh,
going
right,
after
right.
you, Sheila.
Yeah.
You almost tripped me up there. You almost made me think, oh, wait, did Jack go down? No, that didn't
No.
happen.
Yeah. We got the little ones back in pursuit. There was a strange underwater zone, and I witnessed the shard of the sun that we're supposed to be chasing fall down there.
That's how you address the group egg turn.
That is how I address the group.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah, we also killed a giant and a witch.
Yeah. Hoshama speaks up to you, and he asks Janai, do you think we're going in the correct direction, in the true direction?
I saw it for myself to be true, where we've been going in the right direction.
A solemn appreciation falls over the crowd as they're like,
Yeah.
all right, what's supposed to happen? And where's that guy at? The guy's name? Oh yeah, Nehorai, the guy you were playing catch with. He returns from like hanging out at like the edge of like the camp. And he rushes over and he says, look to north, a second sun is rising.
Ooh.
And everyone like looks like excitedly because like they don't like nighttime.
Yeah.
Nighttime's only ever been freak shit to them, so they really don't like nighttime. They look over like excitedly and they like herd around the tents to get a view. And you guys, when you look north over the horizon, you can tell that that's not a sunrise. That is the light of a fire that is happening like in the distance.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what color is it?
It is a deep red. And it looks like it spans like the whole northern horizon.
I'll say to my gang, that's no sun.
They turn back to face you.
We must hurry. I don't know if that's for us, but even if it's not, I imagine it will make its way here soon enough.
Should we not spend? Hoshama asks you, should we not spend the night here? This is a decision I am leaving up to you three. Do you spend the night here or not? Because to continue, you guys have to go like through. You'll have to go through the swamp.
I need to like rest and digest and recover a little bit.
Yeah, Jack is like crippled.
I'll stay up.
Yeah.
And make sure that the fire doesn't get anywhere close to camp. Right. And if it does, we'll leave.
Right. That is your decision.
I was gonna say we should start our own, but I think I was gonna say we should start our own fire, but it seems like that might attract some attention that we don't really want.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see the outcome of your decision next time on Command Line.
Yo,
Boys and
okay,
girls.
all right, let's go. We are in it. We are in Animal Jam.
Yeah, you in fact are in Animal
Mhm.
Jam. All right, everybody. See you next time. Thanks for tuning
Bye.
in to
Bye.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of whatever this is, Command Line.
That is what this is.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Animorphs.
Sponsored by Animorphs, for sure.
I wish. Can we get K.A. Applegate on this fucking show, please? Can we do
Please.
that?
Big inspiration,
That
big
would be
fans.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can we get a cameo?
I mean, I actually
Can we get
am.
her to voice
Yeah.
Emily? Anyway, sorry, no. Anyway,
All right, bye, Anara, bitches.
bye.
Yeah.
Alright.